Hey, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
You want to introduce the show?
Oh, I'm Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp.
This is Wake Up Missoula.
Missoula's hyper-local morning show.
Yeah, and this is Asaph. Asaph, what song was that?
That was Call Me, Mel Torme.
Nice.
Any relation to Marissa Tomei?
Probably not.
Okay. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, I hope you have all had a great week so far. It is Wednesday, middle of our week. It's kind of nice. It's been pretty warm this week.
Yep, and I got another new shirt to show off, and it says, I hate tacos, said no Juan ever.
No, that's so funny.
But yeah, we have a great show for you guys today. I got some city council stuff. They're talking about bariatric surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And that new amending a new law saying that they want to limit their city council meetings to 3 times a month, and we'll be on that in a little bit right after events with Noelle.
Yeah.
But right now we're going to talk about what's going on with weather. The weather.
Yeah.
I wonder whether or not the weather's going to be much better. And it says it's going to be foggy today and tonight, which it hasn't really been foggy last night, so it might be foggy today. I'm not completely sure, but it did get a light frost over my windows. But currently it is 21 degrees outside, with today's high going as high as 33 degrees and as low as 15 degrees. With Thursday, you can expect highs of 26, and Thursday, Friday, you can expect wintry mixes and all that great stuff, and chances of rain and snow shifting into rain later on through the weekend. So you're getting some snow, and then transferring into rain over the weekend. But speaking of snow, did we have enough snow for
report.
all you guys snowboarding up on the mountain?
It looks like it. The only thing I do see is that Big Sky Resort has a negative new snow overnight, negative new snow in the past 24 hours, so that's not good. But what is close to us, Discovery has got 2 inches of snow overnight and 2 inches of snow in the last 24 hours. Their base is 40 inches and the top is 51 inches. Lookout has got, their base is 43 inches, their top is 72 inches, and got 0 snow in the past 24 hours. Lost Trail, their base is 50 inches, their top is 70 inches, and they also have 0 snow.
As mentioned, it looks like it's really cold up there too.
Yeah,
-4.
Yeah, Lost Trail, yep, -4. Yep. And then we've got, Whitefish. They've got, the base is 67 inches and the top is 67 inches. They also have 0 new things of snow. Yeah, and I feel like I'm missing some. Where's Snowball? Oh, and Snowball is not on here.
Oh, that stinks.
I know, but, oh yeah, just kidding. Sorry,
Montana's Snowball.
Okay, so the Snowball's got 40 inches on the base and 69 inches on top, and they also have 0 snow in the past 24 hours.
Great.
Yeah, so that's what's going on for your ski report.
Yeah.
Too much.
Well, if you want to find out more information about MCAT or Wake Up Missoula, you can log on to MCAT.org. It's simple, MCAT.org, and you're not studying for any medical, the MCATs. But you can also log on to our Wake Up Missoula page. It's wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. And be sure to like both of us, MCAT and Wake Up Missoula, on Facebook. And be sure to follow Wake Up Missoula on Twitter, because we have so much great stuff where I post hilarious stuff going on.
Hilarious.
Nope. And today's Hallmark or Bullmark theme is books. So something to think about for later on. And I got a little, Mary Gleim's bio, read by a Stories in Stone actor. So we'll have that in a little bit.
Who is Mary Gleim?
Mary Gleim will explain
Gleim.
Mary Gleim. Like back from the grave, inhabiting the body of an actor. But I want to talk about Megs. And we have 3 brand new programs tonight, all back to back, and all starting at 6 p.m. A lot of great stuff. We have the YW Talks. We have Divestment. It sounds more, they're talking about fossil fuels, so you know it's going to get interesting. And also the Presidential Lecture Series, Seminar number 3. So
Yeah.
I sprayed it, but that's enough of me talking. I'm going to show you a little taste of what you guys can see tonight on MCAT if you guys decide to stay inside. Here it is.
Now, why is it then that rapes, this Time magazine carried this article saying, why does rape seem worse in India than everywhere else when the statistics don't suggest that that is the case? And the reason that the article suggests is that it's because of the scale of the protests. The scale of the protests picked up by the national and international media make it seem that, oh, this is something terrible happening here, because otherwise why would there be such large-scale protests? This is an article from a South African magazine. A young woman called Enene was, I may be pronouncing that wrong, was raped and killed in a very similar way to Jyoti, intestines torn out.
Yes, so incrementalism is how we make policy. I mean, I know people want things to happen overnight, but unfortunately it doesn't. And especially when it comes to environmental policy, in the U.S., we are reactive and not proactive. So the question becomes, when Arizona runs out of water or, other issues too, what are we going to do? And so I think that, yes, it's great to kind of pressure people to act, but usually coming back to that comfortability, people are comfortable in the middle and they don't want to be on the fringes. So
Gorbachev delivered, first privately and then publicly, that conservative Communist Party leaders in Eastern Europe, in the heart of the Soviet security bloc, must reform too, because there would be no more invasions to prop them up when their own people rebelled. We call this the end of the Brezhnev doctrine, I suppose, if you know. That was the doctrine that justified Soviet intervention in other communist countries to keep the communist system in power. Already in 1986, in private Warsaw Pact councils, Gorbachev had announced that this era was over.
Yep.
Nice.
So you get to learn more about the Cold War and its true end compared to its actual end. So yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we have events, and then right after events, we have some city council featuring fat surgery and lowering the amount of meetings, and they'll talk all about it if you guys haven't already seen it.
How do I zoom in on this?
You hold command and you hit plus.
Technical difficulties, everyone. Okay, so we've got some events. So for today, the Roxy Theater is hosting Give Local Missoula nonprofit orientation. The Missoula Community Foundation, this is their first nonprofit orientation for Give Local Missoula. Last year they raised over $125,000 in just 24 hours for 90 local nonprofits. So this is like the orientation to help them with this little fundraiser. So go to givelocalmissoula.org if you want more information about that. But that's at the Roxy Theater. Starts at 9 a.m. it said.
And if you want to give local to MCAT, you can write checks to MCAT, Missoula Community Access Television, and send it to 500 North Higgins. We accept your money.
Yes,
We're
we
local.
do. And nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. At the Montana Natural History Center, they're having the Mini Naturalist program. Starts at 10 a.m. It's for children to explore the wonders of nature through song, stories, movement, and hands-on science. So admission is $3, and then $1 for members, and adults are free. Children's Museum of Missoula has face painting starting at 11. At Radius Gallery, there is a art showing. It's a Bobby McKibben, and it's called Second Sight. His art is going to be showing from January 14th to February 22nd. This exhibition features pastel landscape drawings by Bobby McKibben, who's a Bitterroot artist. He's nationally recognized, and his art has been collected by many national and regional museums, including the Smithsonian's American Art Museum.
Wow.
Yeah. And so his new works are inspired by the Bitterroot Valley as well as Yellowstone and Bryce National Parks. And there's also an educational element to the unique history. They're going to talk about the techniques of pastel drawing. And then they're also going to have an interactive table where viewers can touch and draw with pastels. So I have a picture of his artwork right here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really
That's
good.
a painting?
That's pastel drawing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, really, really good.
And where's this happening?
Radius Gallery.
Where's that at?
Oh, that's a good question. Hang on, everyone. Let me get...
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I know. Well, normally, I should have the...
They usually have it on the,
Well, they...
on the website, maybe.
Oh, that's right. What am I doing? Thanks, Scott.
You
Okay,
scroll down.
Radius Gallery is located at 114 East Main Street.
Yep.
So right downtown.
So that must be. Oh wait, that's the one right behind El Cazador, isn't it?
I think so.
It must be.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I know food places.
Yeah. So that starts at 11 a.m. today, the showing, and it goes through the 22nd of February. The Learning Center at Red Willow has yoga for round bodies.
Finally.
Yeah, so this is yoga for people that are a little larger and that may be shy about taking a yoga class or not comfortable with it. And so, and if you believe you need to get in shape or lose weight before starting yoga, this class is for you. So it's taught at a beginner level and it's really gentle and slow. And the yoga instructor will be able to change the movements up just so you can feel more comfortable with it. So it's at the Learning Center at Red Willow. This is Wednesdays, January 14th through March 4th. It's from noon to 1:15 p.m. It's $80 for an 8-week course. And the Missoula Public Library is having a My iPad class. So if you have a new iPad and you don't know how to use it, you can just go there and they'll offer instruction on features, settings, navigation, and apps. But you have to bring your own iPad to class. And registration is required. So go to MissoulaPublicLibrary.org and you can register online. At the Missoula Public Library, they're having a classic film matinee. It starts at 2 p.m. today. They're showing a free classic film. I'm not quite sure what it is. It didn't say anywhere. But go check it out. It's free if you like the classics. Every Wednesday, the Top Hat Show's live recorded shows a fish. Starts at 4:30, and it's video, audio, and they have themed happy hour.
Nice.
Yeah, free show. It's all ages. The Kettle House Brewing Company over on the north side, they've got Pint Night for Human Rights Network. So it's every 50 cents from each beer sold goes to the Human Rights Network between 5 and 8 p.m. Over on the north side. Zootown Arts Community Center, right next to the Northside Kettle House, is having their glass fusing orientation class. Starts at 6 p.m. And this class will cover the basics of glass, from how the kilning process works to slumping, fusing, mold making, and glass aftercare. And once you've attended it, you'll be able to go to their glass studio and make whatever you want to. It's $20 for non-members, $15 for members, plus the classic cost of glass. It's usually about $5 to $20. The Lifelong Learning Center at 310 South Curtis is having a class called Funding Your Future. Starts at 6 p.m. It's for students that are in college or thinking about college and want to get some more money. So it's $150 billion in federal aid are available for students interested in reaching their educational goals. You can learn how to access the funds to create the future you want by attending this free class. Act now and access additional money by meeting the priority filing deadline. Mm-hmm. So that's a really good thing for students.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested in that and need some more money and don't know where to get some, check it out. That's 6 p.m. Funding Your Future, 310 South Curtis.
It's a lot easier than dealing with like private sector loans. Those are the worst.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Top Hat Lounge has got Jazz Night by the band Blue Moon. Starts at 7. It's free. Missoula Public Library is having their second Wednesday book group. This book group is discussing Love in the Time of Cholera at 7 p.m. The Adventure Cycling Association, they're having a Women Bike Missoula, biking in Spain and Portugal. That's at 7 p.m. They're presenting biking in Spain and Portugal by this woman named Ethel McDonald. We'll share her stories and photos from her 3-week, 1,170 kilometer solo bike tour in October of 2014. An Adventure Cycling Association is located on 150 East Pine Street. And so this lecture is mainly geared towards women and centered around why it's great to be a woman cycling alone message. So it's for those independent women. Yeah. And it includes the how-tos of cheap and fun travel and time for questions and sharing of experience by attendees. And light refreshments are provided. So that sounds cool. It's at 7 p.m. And that's what's going on for Wednesday. Up next, I've got Thursday events. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at the Providence Center, which is located on Orange Street, over on the north side, just as you get underneath the bridge. They're having a Missoula weekly meeting, NAMI Missoula weekly meeting, and this is a meeting and informal support group open to anyone interested in mental illness. And then there's one at 1:30 is a support group for people with mental illness. Cool. So the one at 10 is for people that are interested in it, and the one at 1:30 is people that have it. So that'll be at the Providence Center over on the north side off of Orange Street. Mm-hmm. Public libraries got Tiny Tales. This is a little class for babies ages birth through 3 years of age. They have to be accompanied by an adult, of course. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Your
Participants
kid's
will
not that annoying.
Yeah. Participants will sing songs, learn finger plays, nursery rhymes, and hear stories. It's held in a large meeting room downstairs, but there'll be signs posted if it's moved. Yep. Bitter Gymnastics at 216 Commerce Street has got their preschool playgroup class. This starts at 11 a.m. It's a class length that's an hour, and it's for ages walking to 5 years. And it's at $8 a drop-in or $12 for siblings. They set up fun stations and activities around the gym, and then parents and children choose what they want to do. They have obstacle courses, pit games, trampoline time, swinging, sliding, and climbing. And then family fun time at Missoula Gymnastics is at 11 a.m. This is for open gyms for ages walking to 12 years of age. It's a little bit older. They have a supervised and safe environment full of obstacle courses, trampolines, and foam pits. It's pretty much just like the preschool playgroup, but a little older. Yeah, 7 years older. So it's $5 for members, and non-members is $8. Over at Spectrum Discovery area, starting at 11 and going until 4 p.m., their brain lab is electricity and reflexes, and their discovery bench is CSI.
Ooh.
Yeah. $3.50 for anyone 4 and over, and if you're under 3, you get in for free. Oh. Whoa.
You're scrolling and out of control.
I know. So at the Swan Ecosystem Center at 6887 Montana Highway 83, Condon, Montana, starting at 4 p.m., there is a presentation on the floral of Bob Marshall Wilderness. It's put on by Maria Mathas. She is a plant ecologist and conservationist. It's about her botanical explorations through the Bob Marshall. She displays common and rare native flora found there, from rhythm bombs to mountain peaks. And so it'll be a virtual plant tour, and she'll point out the best times, locations for viewing wildflowers this coming season.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun. So that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. La Greta Bella has got their downtown drop-in wine tasting at 5 p.m. tomorrow night. It's located underneath the Old Post Pub out on Spruce Street. It's cost of $10 and minimum of 4 wines and a different theme each week. I'm not sure what the theme is this week. Yeah, but either way, it should be good. The Union Club, there's Mary Place and Blue Moon, and they are blues. Starts at 5:30. And for my last event is the Good Food Store is having a cooking class, hands-on knife skills. So this starts at 6:30. It's a $90 registration fee, but includes an 8-inch chef knife.
Wow.
But if you bring your own knife, it's only $35. So I suggest you bring your own knife. That's like a lot. Yeah. But Romaine's Graham Roy is going to give a knife skills class. And so you'll practice cutting vegetables, you'll mince, chiffonade, and julienne. I don't know what these are. Plus, you'll touch upon more advanced techniques and learn essential sharpening and maintenance tips.
Yeah. But you'll learn what those words mean if you do go there.
You will,
And then
yeah.
you'll kind of forget them, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, that's what it's called.
Put it on our Facebook so I know. So you will learn caring for your chef's knives, basic cuts, and more advanced skills. You'll make a garden salad with herb vinaigrette, Mediterranean vegetable soup, and sweet potato fries with garlic herb sauce. Whoa.
What?
Yeah. So that's what's going on. Those are my events for today and tomorrow. But, like I say, it's not all of them. So go to MissoulaEvents.net if you want to know what else is going on. And there's also events in the newspaper and in the Independent if you want to get a well-rounded mix.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back with a whole bunch of great stuff right after this.
There. Say, we're at an MCAT camp right now, and over the past summer, we've had many of them, so many that I can't keep track. And during these camps, we've had groups making movies all day long. It's a really great thing. And you can sign your child up today. The thing is, MCAT camps are amazing and fun, and everyone loves them. So, if you're thinking of camps to put your child in this summer to get them away from you, choose MCAT, because we know what we're doing, I think. And everything is just spectacular. Here I am, cat. Here I am, cat. Everything is cool.
real short version of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
thanks.
Thanks, Asa.
And that was, does anyone know what time it is by Chicago?
But I know what
It's
time
about
it is.
20 after 8 now, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. It's also city council time.
But does anyone really care? No, about time? But yeah, City Council, if you want to know how to get the information that we're about to show you, you can log on to www.ci.missoula.mt.us. So it's basically saying Missoula, Montana, City of Missoula of Montana, United States. Or you can use the search engine. It's type in City of Missoula. It's the very first thing in the search engine. But yeah, you go in there, you find the website. It's right there, that easy. You go to your government, one of the tabs, and then you go to where it goes City Council, and you go to Agenda Webcast Minutes, and it'll show you this screen of all the past events. I click on one of these links and easily have a nice little video ready for you, ready to go. The first video I'm going to show you, they're talking about bariatric surgery health benefit plan. So this is a they're tacking on this surgery as part of the healthcare plan for employees in the government. So let's see, where was I? Okay, so, and the whole point of this bariatric surgery is the prevention of joint degradation, diabetes, and other healthcare costs that are associated with obesity in America, and but more specifically in Missoula. So, and bariatric surgery is for people who have gone on a limb. They've tried everything, diet, exercise, everything. They just can't lose that weight, and bariatric surgery is the last resort kind of surgery. And the cost of it is $35,000 for it by itself.
Oh, wow.
And the city of Missoula wants to cover it in part of the health plan. And this is Adam Hertz, and this is what he had to say about it.
I understand that there are benefits of this surgery from a cost standpoint. We were shared statistics in committee of what it costs to have an employee on your health plan who has diabetes or sleep apnea or has a heart attack. And that's certainly worthy of consideration, but I think having employees have a little more buy-in to this benefit will improve the success rates and put the city at less financial risk with the plan, and so that's where my amendment comes from.
Okay, so that's what he had to say about that.
So he supports it.
He supports it. He's the one that kind of
And he's the one that
gathered the
always-
information and was the one who proposed this idea. So of course you have to be for as well. So this is an optional surgery to already a low population of obesity in a city that has one of the lowest population of obesity in the United States. Don't look at me for like an example or whatever, but like regardless, in general, if you look at people in Missoula, we're not fat. A lot of us aren't that fat. Ed Childers talks about how hard it is to get this surgery. Like, it's not just like, you can't just go in there and get this surgery, like, just today. Like, I can't just go in there and just like, I feel like getting this surgery, so I'm going to go get it.
Cut me open.
So this is what Ed Childers from Ward 6 had to say.
The requirements are very stringent. The time required to try diets and other means exceeds a year, and the cost of bariatric surgery, as I recall, runs in the neighborhood of $35,000. Nobody is going to go get bariatric surgery just because the likelihood that 5% of Missoula's city's workforce would requirement strikes me as odd. But anyway, I'll certainly support the 40,000 number. That is the number that came from the benefit committee, and they did some pretty good work researching that stuff before they recommended it.
And that's what Ed Childers had to say about it. Jason Weiner he talks about, he's from Ward 1, and he's talking about some facts and things about bariatric surgery, and this is what he had to say.
For the benefit, I think it's also important to note that as I read the plan amendment itself, if somebody goes to a preferred provider organization for the surgery, they will be covering 70% of the cost of it, so it's not as though they don't have, as you say, skin in the game, which is kind of a strange metaphor in this case.
And that's what he had to say about bariatric surgery. Of course, they opened it up for public comment, and Kennedy Matthew Jenkins had an interesting fact that, and I'm just going to let her say it instead of just paraphrasing her, but this is what she had to say about it.
Okay, then my comment is that I don't think that the city should be involved in medical health care that is actually optional, and that if a person has a weight problem, that it only be in the area of something that is already ongoing. I just don't understand this at all, why the city, why the taxpayers have to pick this up if this is going to be an optional deal because somebody has a sedentary job.
All right, and that's what she had to say about it. She goes on and talks about the joblessness in Missoula, but that had nothing to do with the bariatric surgery, so I cut her off right there. This is Emily Bentley, and she's not totally convinced about the plan for the bariatric surgery, and this is what she had to say.
We didn't really have, a lot of this stuff wasn't brought up in committee, and so staff's not here to respond to anything that you said. If you had told us, via email, maybe some staff would have showed up, but I can't just blindly go with the evidence that you brought here by Googling bariatric surgery. So I support the amendment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when they talked about it in committee, there wasn't much presentation and much talking about it, but the motion carried for the optional bariatric surgery. One of the draws was to prevent further health costs related to obesity. So that was the main platform behind bariatric surgery, it was a preventative measure. All right, so that ends bariatric surgery, but one of the big things that were happening in the news that you heard about was all about limiting these government meetings. Every Monday, they want to limit it to 3 times a month, which a lot of times it already happens because they don't do these kind of meetings on holidays, and there always seems to be a holiday every other Monday every single month, and they would only lose about like 2 or 3 meetings if they chose to do it. But this is what a lot of them had to say. They had a lot to say. We're starting with Jordan Hess, and this is what he had to say about this changing, basically it's rule number 1 to the city council, amending it as well. So this is what Jordan Hess had to say.
I was surprised by the media coverage of this. I thought it was really interesting. There was a lot on the television. There was a fair amount in the Missoulian and an editorial. And I thought it was very interesting, and it made me step back and realize that we're talking about a fundamental change to how we interact with our community. And I don't see that the evidence is substantial enough to warrant that change. I appreciate what Mr. Childers said about being here consistently as a forum for public interaction and for members of the public that wish to address the assembled city council. Certainly there are. In my year here, my trips to the grocery store have been changed significantly, and I appreciate that change. It actually makes grocery shopping a little bit more interesting and fun for me to interact with people at the grocery store.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have another comment. I'm just going to go through these comments. Bang, bang, bang. And this is Marilyn Marler, and this is what she had to say about this.
I don't have super strong feelings about if we pass this or not. I do completely disagree that we're discussing a fundamental change to how we interact with the public. We're still talking about having really regular meetings, and the motion on the floor is just to decrease by a couple. what I really want to do tonight is make sure we schedule some more meetings to discuss this meeting change, because I think that would really clarify the situation. No, of course, I'm just kidding, but I was also struck by the amount of media coverage that this issue has gotten, because to me, having media coverage about how we're talking about having fewer meetings, like, that shows that we don't not have a lot of substantive meetings going on, not right now. And of course, that we like to talk about everything in Missoula. So having said all that, it's not, I don't have a sense that any of us on council are gonna, be really upset if this goes one way or another.
All right, so that's what she had to say about that. And this is John Wilkins. This is what he had to say about this meeting.
I think it's not fair to change things after you're elected and you know what you're going to do. And it does, I think, mainly disfranchise some of the citizens. Probably not a whole lot and in a serious way. But I would just rather leave it the way it is. And I think the editorial was Sunday's Missoulian was pretty good. When I read it, it kind of what I thought should happen. And we can always cancel a meeting, so we got that prerogative right now. If we see something that's really, and if we don't have these meetings, how are we ever going to beat Jack Reedy's record? So.
All right, going back. So that's kind of like their inside joke.
Are you in on the inside joke?
No, I'm not in it at all. But yeah, if you know the city council as much as these guys or more, then yeah, you'd laugh at just as hard. This is Alex Staft, and this is what he had to say about the 3 meeting per month.
I am going to oppose the motion. And that's based on my sense of my adopted town, of people like to get involved in their government, and they want us to be active in that government. And by example, the issue of deer comes up, and we hear kill all the deer, and then others say save the deer, and the issue of dogs come up, and people say leash all the dogs, and others come forward and say let them run free. So we have a lot of participation from our citizens, and we should match that ourselves.
Yep.
Nice.
But there's one more quote, and then that's it. And this is Emily Bentley, and this is what she had to say. And she's also going to be voting against it. So this is what it.
So I'm a convert on it. I don't think it's that big of a deal to come down to have 10-minute meetings if it's that important to the public. I honestly didn't think it was, because no one ever comes down during our 10-minute meetings. For the most part, people don't come down. But last Monday was a good example of someone who drove all the way up here from St. Ignatius to talk about the Water Rights Compact, and it would have been pretty disappointing if they got here and weren't able to do that. So people do use their 3 minutes, and I'm a convert on it also, so I'm going to vote against it.
Yep.
Sweet. And so what was the general consensus?
The general consensus is there were 8 nays and 2 yays, followed by 2 absents.
Okay.
So yeah, it was, the motion failed completely.
Well,
and here's an interesting fact. And the motion, the whole idea for this amendment and motion was brought up by Caitlin Koppel, who is no longer on the board as well. And the people who were voted in favor of this were a lot of the younger members of the city council members who have full-time jobs and other commitments.
Yeah.
Rather than devoting themselves to the city council. So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
So on that note, I would like to talk more about what's like Missoula. The history of Missoula has always been interesting, about how people have all these inside jokes, and you have to be Missoulian to understand everything that's going on here. And Stories in Stone is a great representation of what happens in Missoula and what's going on. And one of the things is Stories in Stones, and it was this last year. And I'm hoping it will come back again next year if there's enough people who are willing to push for it to happen. Even if you can't do it at the cemetery, the ability to still do it should be up there and optional. heck, even like MCAT can just invite some of these actors to come and do it in front of the green screen and just like put them on the cemetery.
Let's just do that.
Just do that, and then like people won't even notice.
Yeah, no idea.
But yeah, this is Mary Gleim, the history of Mary Gleim in Missoula, Montana, and she was one of the earliest pioneers of women capitalists.
Oh yeah, okay.
So girl power. Nice. So here is Mary Gleim.
I had a Chinese laundry in one of my buildings. I had a bowling alley. So I considered myself a capitalist. You know, I mean, Carnegie was a capitalist, right? Rockefeller was a capitalist. Why couldn't I be a capitalist, right? The businesses were in my own name. That's what I considered myself, a capitalist. Now, there was a newspaper that was out before the Missoula, and it was called the Missoula Gazette. And you can see that my sole trader certificate is marked June. I got a little ahead of myself. This is May 22nd, 1889. Mrs. M. Gleim, that's me, begs to inform the public that she has just returned from Chicago with 2 carloads of the newest and latest styles in furniture. Having more than she requires for her own new lodging house, she will sell bedroom sets and lounges, spring mattresses, wool mattresses at cost price. Don't forget to call at the big new red house on Main Street. No reasonable offer will be refused. However, wire spring mattresses start at $350, and I was off and running. Now,
yeah, and that's on Mary Gleim. I'm going to show a bunch of these coming up because I just love Stories and Stones. It's always a great history about what's going on, what happened, and something just to look forward to, for sure. Like, I love history. And, yeah, I'm going to try to get a historian on our show sometime. Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But we have a guest coming on next Monday, I hope. And they are from Missoula Downtown Association, and they are looking for bands. So if you know anybody who's in a band, Ben, if you want to do a show at Karis Park, they have signed up for Karis Park bands.
For the summer?
For the summer.
Nice.
Yep.
I'll let
They're looking
Ben
for
know.
bands for Downtown Tonight and Out to Lunch.
Out to lunch and dinner in the park, yeah.
But now it's one of my favorite segments. I would like to call Hallmark or Bullmark. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Wait.
Let's hear it. Oh wait,
right.
It's books, so it's
the theme of this is books and reading and stuff and things. So if you go to our, I set this up on our Wake Up Missoula webpage. So if you go to our Wake Up Missoula webpage at wakeupmissoula.wix.com, you can click on our play Hallmark or Bullmark, and I'm gonna read it from our nice little section right here. So. I'm ready now. Go ahead, Asaph. Bookstore owner Emma believes in her fantasy books, but she's grown up now and waiting for her prince to walk through her door. Unlike her happily married co-workers, Marilyn and Phil, and her engaged sister, Jane, Emma has yet to be swept away in her own romance, trying to find the time to both pursue love and to impress her store's investor, Frank. Emma must balance dating the romantic Landon with working at her store with Frank's annoying son, Eric. Although Landon demonstrates real Prince Charming potential, he doesn't understand her priorities or support her passions like Eric does. Will she take on the challenges of real love instead of storybook romance? Is this a real or Hallmark movie or not? I'm starting with...
So wait a minute. This could be a book, or it could be fake, or it could be a Hallmark movie.
No,
is that what
it's
it
a
is?
Hallmark or Bullmark. It is either a Hallmark original movie or it's complete
Ever since that
bull-honking.
book thing, I don't trust you.
No, its themes are books because the movies are inspired by people who are involved with books in the movie.
All right.
So, Asaph, what do you think?
I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna say it's true.
You say it's true?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bullmark.
You're gonna say it's Bullmark?
Yep.
All right. So if you look on our website, Hallmark, Bullmark, you get to choose whether it's Hallmark or Bullmark. So
which one are you gonna choose?
Which one are we gonna choose? It's split between you two.
Yeah.
Let's go with Hallmark. Oh, you're right.
That's right.
Good
Yes.
job, Asaph.
Yep.
Well, I missed it all
Okay,
last
so is that
time,
Emma and annoying Eric?
Yes.
Or is that Landon?
That's annoying Eric because
Oh, okay.
they end up together. Blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how it is because he
Annoying.
cares
I have to
about
redeem
her.
myself from
Love
last
by the
time. 'cause I
book.
missed
But
it
yeah, so
all.
if it's a real movie, I post the picture of the synopsis and blah blah blah. And he also, if you click on it, the picture, you can go to the link of the actual website with the synopsis. I just want people to like appreciate a Hallmark original movie and also make fun of it just as much as I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like if you click on the wrong answer, like Noelle,
Oh.
you're wrong. It is so real, love, and the movie is called Love by the Book.
Oh, I got it right. So nice.
Good job, Asaph. Are you guys ready for
got it right.
part 2 of Hallmark or Bullmark?
Yes.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to camera number 3. Larry is an author of a series of self-help books that he doesn't like writing, but his ever-increasing fan base cannot get enough of him. Larry's word inspires people from around the nation. It's too bad that those words don't impact him as much. Garrett, Larry's brother, is trying to expand on his brother's popularity by writing science fiction, but cannot. So he sounds like Josh Many. But his real life, it's only when Larry's new publicist shows up when things really get interesting. Michelle, or Mikey as she likes to be called, is a driven, independent woman who has big plans to increase Larry's popularity by putting him on a book tour. What? Wait, where was I? Okay. The only problem is that Larry isn't much of a people person. And Mikey must put on her famous charm to get Larry on board. What starts off as harmless flirting slowly becomes something more, and Larry and Mikey are unsure about their feelings for one another. Garrett finally makes it big with some of his drawings, which inspires Larry to write for them. But it puts a strain on his relationship with Mikey and the book tour. Will Larry choose his brother and his newfound passion for writing, or continue his book tour with the woman he loves? And this movie's called Cover to Cover. Is this Hallmark or Bullmark?
Oh, let's see.
I did not post it on the Wake Up Missoula page because I only can do one at a time, and I'm not going to make a whole brand new page for it. Yeah. I'll start with you, Asaph. Asaph, is this a real movie or is this complete hogwash that Scott Ranft made up, etc.?
You know, it sounds like one of your past stories. I'm gonna say it's true. I'm gonna go with true again.
I think so. I'm gonna be negative Nancy today and say it's a Bullmark.
Negative Nancy, okay?
Yeah.
Well, Noelle, you are completely right.
Yeah, I knew it.
You each got one. You know, I fooled. I'm not happy until I fooled both of you, but I'm still happy because each of you got it wrong today, so it makes me feel at least a little better.
Well, you stumped me completely last
That does sound like a real actual movie, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's on a book tour, science fiction, everything like that. I have to be able to hear myself, which is why I have to keep my headphones on.
How lovely.
How lovely.
God, that's so romantic.
Isn't it?
You should seriously like.
Because isn't it like it's like he has a passion for writing again, but he wants to continue the book tour with his publicist, who he loves.
Hallmark movie ideas.
It's
seriously.
very controversial.
Email them, tell them about our show.
Wait, be quiet for a second. Keep playing this. Keep playing that. Okay. I just have to walk in the snow with my hands in my pockets and go.
So cold.
It's so cold.
So cold.
So cold.
I have to walk home for miles.
I couldn't warm up with my girl because she died. That's not Hallmark or Bullmark. No one dies in it. But
Actually,
if people do die, they come back as ghosts and they're annoying, haunting people.
No, I remember this one Hallmark movie I saw where it was like every single thing bad that could possibly happen to this woman happened. definitely. She like lost her kids, she lost her husband, she lost her job, and all of a sudden a mysterious Christmas angel.
Oh, I think I told this story.
Brings them all back.
I think I
You
did
might
this.
have, yeah.
It's
But it was
weird.
really, really, really funny to watch.
They're all dead, but they came back because of a Hallmark angel.
Hallmark angel. This is the best. Who's your guardian angel?
Who's
Oh,
my
the
guardian
Hallmark
angel?
one.
So you know it's gonna be a happy ending.
Yeah.
And cheesy.
And
I'm probably gonna meet that special someone too.
most likely.
Most likely, it's like it's almost guaranteed in a Hallmark movie
You'll meet that
you'll
special
meet that special somebody.
I know, unlike those Lifetime movies
Where,
you
like,
meet that
we're-
special somebody and he just punches you.
Yeah. If you're a woman, like no one hates you more than a woman in a Lifetime movie.
Very true.
Yeah, it's like you should know better.
That's awful.
It is. Lifetime like hates women, but especially
Lifetime definitely hates women.
Puts a violent stamp on men.
Mhm.
I'm in a Lifetime movie. I'm a violent sociopath.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
In a Lifetime movie, Noelle is
A quirky, independent woman.
who slowly turns to drugs to support her her baby.
Why can't I just be a quirky, independent woman that doesn't have a baby?
Because this isn't Fox.
Oh, it's Lifetime. That's right.
Because this isn't Fox. The New Girl.
I haven't seen it.
That's a terrible show.
So what would I be? No. The black guy who dies first.
That's so
When I
bad.
was a kid
It's
growing up,
awful.
all the movies, if you were an African American, you died first.
I know, it's so
It
awful.
was pretty bad.
Yeah, we were talking about. Tell us about how your dad said Martin Luther King, right?
Well, he was there in
Yeah.
real life when that speech was actually given because my father was in the Air Force, so he got a pretty good close-up seat.
That's cool. That's
Mhm.
cool. What did he tell you about it?
Just how profound that was at the time.
Yeah, I bet
The
it
whole
was.
movement and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you have a very own tribute song that you're gonna be playing for us for Monday.
On Monday. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Well, there's two primary songs that they usually play every year. One is "We Shall Overcome," and the other is "Balm and Gilead."
Nice.
It's a religious song, but they use it. For
Cool.
that.
Can't wait to hear it on Monday.
Great.
Sweet. Yeah, because Monday is Martin Luther King Day, everyone. And so it's a holiday, so kids don't have school. I think work is still
No.
going on.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Well, I still
we'll
wanna do
be
it.
here.
Yeah.
We'll be here, but like
Yeah,
general
people
work.
like
I think
federal
people
government
still
type
work.
jobs. Like if you work for the post office, you get the day off.
Okay.
You work for the city.
Yeah, schools
There's
get
no
the
city
day off.
council next Monday, most likely.
Yeah.
But they'll
Yeah,
probably
I
sub all your Wednesday and Tuesday meetings that they usually have. But yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. And here's a bunch of our great websites. If you log on to Wake Up Missoula, you go to wakeupmissoula.wix.com. You could go to mcat.org to fill out your dub request and be on TV, just like us. You can like us on Facebook, MCAT on Facebook. You can like Wake Up Missoula on Facebook, and you can totes follow us on Twitter, Wake Up
Throwback.
Missoula. So it's great stuff. And be sure to check out
wild.
our Hallmark or Bullmark page on our Wix page as well. But that's it for Wake Up Missoula. I'm your host, Scott Ramp.
And I'm Noelle McAvoy. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you Friday.